Abram and Lot separate. Genesis 13 to 1:18. So Abram went up from Egypt, he and his wife and all that he had, and Lot with him, into the Negeb. Genesis 13 to 1. Now Abram was very rich in livestock, in silver, and in gold. Genesis 13 to 2. And he journeyed on from the Negeb as far as Bethel, to the place where his tent had been at the beginning, between Bethel and Ai. Genesis 13 to 3. To the place where he had made an altar at the first, and there Abram called upon the name of the Lord. Genesis 13 to 4. And Lot, who went with Abram, also had flocks and herds and tents. Genesis 13 to 5. So that the land could not support both of them dwelling together, for their possessions were so great that they could not dwell together. Genesis 13 to 6. And there was strife between the herdsmen of Abram's livestock and the herdsmen of Lot's livestock. At that time the Canaanites and the Perizzites were dwelling in the land. Genesis 13 to 7. Then Abram said to Lot, Let there be no strife between you and me, and between your herdsmen and my herdsmen, for we are kinsmen. Genesis 13 to 8. Is not the whole land before you? Separate yourself from me. If you take the left hand, and I will go to the right, or if you take the right hand, then I will go to the left. Genesis 13 to 9. And Lot lifted up his eyes, and saw that the Jordan Valley was well watered everywhere, like the garden of the Lord, like the land of Egypt, in the direction of Zoar. This was before the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. Genesis 13:10. So Lot chose for himself all the Jordan Valley, and Lot journeyed east. Thus they separated from each other. Genesis 13:11. Abram settled in the land of Canaan, while Lot settled among the cities of the valley, and moved his tent as far as Sodom. Genesis 13:12. Now the men of Sodom were wicked, great sinners against the Lord. Genesis 13:13. The Lord said to Abram, after Lot had separated from him, Lift up your eyes and look from the place where you are, northward and southward and eastward and westward. Genesis 13:14. For all the land that you see I will give to you, and to your offspring forever. Genesis 13:15. I will make your offspring as the dust of the earth, so that if one can count the dust of the earth, your offspring also can be counted. Genesis 13:16. Arise, walk through the length and the breadth of the land, for I will give it to you. Genesis 13:17. So Abram moved his tent and came and settled by the oaks of Mamre, which are at Hebron, and there he built an altar to the Lord. Genesis 13:18. Amen.